at puddins.fab.shop, where in the last video I stole the wheels off of this thing. So we could go to the salvage yard and put those wheels on this, our 1962 Buick Wagon. My name's Puddin' and I like wagons. Talk dirty to me, you old gals. How crazy is that? We found the cousin to our 61 Chevy wagon and the 62 Buick wagon. I told y'all this thing was too good to just be rotting away out in the salvage yard, and luckily for us, it's really not too rotten. I mean, sure, she's got a little here or there, but in fact, that thing had more rust in it than this one did when we started with it. This thing is definitely buildable. I'm not telling you right now we'll build it. In fact, I'm not even sure what's gonna end up happening with this car. All I know is that it's important we save it, and a lot of what may happen with it could depend on how this video goes. So when we were at the salvage yard, I grabbed a hold of that crank down there and I pulled and pulled, and I pulled so hard I broke 2 belts. That's why they call me Puddin' Belt Popper. No one's ever called me that. The oil looked really good, but we could not get the motor to spin by hand. So right now I'm just going with it stuck. I don't know how stuck. Is it locked up or is it stuck? I realized our exhaust was broke off and there's a lot of rat's nests underneath this thing, so I'm hoping a mouse did not work its way up and build a mouse house inside the exhaust of this motor. I'm gonna very quickly just pop the hood here. This actually came on all Buick, standard feature. So did this 300-pound hood. And just like my Chevy wagon, unless you want to get hit in the head by a hood, you better get your 2x4 on the one side. If you didn't see the rescue video, underneath the hood, it was so dirty, I didn't even know there was anything on this lid. Right there you can see, she's the damn Wildcat 445. I'll show you that beautiful oil I was talking about. Oh yeah, nice and thick. Thick mama. Oh hell yeah, that's how I like them. I like them thick. That's why I like a station wagon. Who wants a fancy 2-door coupe when you could have something with a thick rear end? So on these, you gotta pull the breather if you want to see the motor, because that breather's so big you can't see it. She looked like she was about due for a replacing. If they parked it because it wouldn't run, it's because that air filter was so plugged up. You can't feed 445 foot-pounds of torque with no airflow. All right, so here's our first time actually seeing the engine. That carburetor does not look happy. Oh, she was a little stuck, but she just freed up. Let's not do that too much. I see some debris in there. We'll probably want to shop back that out before we get too buck nasty. And oh yeah, pulling that spark plug right there is gonna look real fun, where we've got the AC generator combo kit. In my mind, what makes sense is, let's just pull these spark plugs and we'll borescope down in the cylinders. That's gonna tell us a lot of information right there. And hopefully everything's good. I'm hoping maybe just like a little condensation over the years, like to create a little rust lines, maybe what's actually holding it, and we get it to pop free and everything's just good and it's like a fairy tale ending. Oh, that's crunchy. Not a good start. Psh, it's gonna be fine. Damn. How cool is that, seeing them together? Damn, Theo. Lots of debris around there. If you're wondering why I'm not in the shop, that's because the front brake is locked up, and I'd like to unlock that where I don't fight it. But more importantly, if this motor needs to be soaking, I'd like to get it soaking first. Oh yeah, doing an archaeological, I don't, you know, that thing where you dig through dirt. Yeah, she's packed deep. I was gonna try to use our looby doobie and float that crap out, but that whole area is so recessed, I don't think we can. Use a whole can per cylinder. Going live. She's clean as a green bean now. Ow. Just filthy. Nice to know them fancy top hat boots don't actually seal nothing off behind there. So we're gonna have to go through all these. And these are the easy ones to get to. Each one will go dig, flood, and then blow. That's the secret recipe, folks. Looking G-U-D, looking good. Let's go ahead and pull this side. Oh, come on, come on. Come on, you're all right. You're all right, you're all right. Oh, please be good to me, baby. Please, I need inside of you to look good. Please be good. I want to show people there's still gold hidden in them old hills. Them old junkyard hills. First look. Oh, not a good look. Not a good look at all. Being stuck may be very real. Oh no. First one we pulled. Doomed. I can't even tell if that was rust or if that was dirt. That looks the same. Peek. Not looking good, folks. Not looking good. Yeah. Hey, there's one that don't just plumb scare the crap out of me. Still don't look the greatest. Last one on this side. Cleanest one yet. Let's get the Schling Long Ting Tong Wiggle Tip Borescope where we can really be surprised. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right, I'm done, sorry. Can't have a wiggle tip and not play with it. We're just gonna start back here. All right, see some rust on her, some carbon. Ooh, cylinder wall's clean. I mean, clean enough. Definitely looks like some condensation got in there. I'll say we've got a fighting chance yet. It's not near as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I'm not saying that barnacle right there looks good, but the fact the cylinder walls ain't all rusted up, oh, we got a fighting chance, folks. And I'm trying to see a valve somehow. Come on, wiggle tip, do your wiggle job. But I can't see any valves. Oh, is that a valve? If that's a valve, the valves are not happy. The valves look like the damn Rocky Mountains. Next. Ooh, same thing. We got some surface rust on the walls. Definitely a spider web right there we're looking at, but not as terrifying as what I thought we were about to see. And I do apologize. It's really hard to pick this up on the camera. Dang, that one dang near looks worse. So she looks like she had built up a little condensation in her or something. There's more surface rust on that one. And then up here we're at top dead center. All right. Oh, be losing our washer there. I was almost expecting to see like pure devastation in one of them rear cylinders. We're gonna go with a Croyle spray down. She needs a large helping as well. Damn sharpshooter from downtown. There we go, that's a little better. Question is on this side, does a long extension actually get us down on there? That plug had 0 torque on it if it's spinning right now, but I can't tell if it's actually spinning or not. Now that ain't spinning. Generator's in the way. Damn you, generator. I mean, where's the sweet spot? Come on, old girl. Still dirt packed in there, I think. Dirt blast. I got her socket on. I can't get no leverage to get her to pop free. Well, that wrench ain't gonna be our friend neither, is it? Nope. That's a busted knuckle waiting to happen. Oh, we turned a hair. That's all right. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, folks. Yeah. Ha-ha. I know it's hard for y'all to see, but you see all that debris on my hand? That's what's flying out from around them spark plugs. Little electronic assist. You always got to drop at least one. One of the better ones on this side. So that's the order. Yeah, that's the best one right there. Same thing, not promising looking. So I'd say collectively, the spark plugs on this side look better than the other side. However, in the cylinders, I'm not even gonna try to show y'all because of the glare of the sun. Definitely more surface rust as a whole across this side. That sun feel good, buddy? And see my little rock eater? Yeah, he is. Pit my belly, Dad, pit my belly. I still think we got a chance though. Nothing just catastrophic on this side, which is good. I'd sent Dad a picture of the wagons together, and he said, looks good. It looks real good. Does it run? I said, the motor's stuck, soaking it now. Then I sent him a picture of the worst spark plug that still had the crusties on it. And he said, well, that's practically brand new. She'll run, put a battery in her, or get her unstuck. We're getting there, Dad. That's optimism I was looking for. Don't mind that little tick I just had. Optimism. Here at Puddins Fab Shop, we like to take matters into our own hands when it comes to working on our vehicles. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. Now, whether you're simply enjoying a classic, restoring a rusty relic, or just doing maintenance on a daily driver, you're gonna need parts and tools. That's where these guys come in. Woo, I can smell some deals in the air already. Can't sneak a good deal past me. You know what's a wise investment? Tools. You know what else? Wiper blades. Turns out not being able to see during a rainstorm can lead to near catastrophic activities. Luckily, all three of these items are currently on sale at O'Reilly's. Bosch Pure Visions, buy one, get one. Power Torque 248-piece tool set, a buck $49.99. And this 3-year warranty Power Torque 3-ton low profile unit for a buck $69.99. Investing in a basic set of tools will help you take care of your own vehicle needs, like changing oil. Just be sure to spill some. Spark plugs. Don't forget to drop one. And batteries. Let's just leave batteries alone. The point is that doing stuff yourself saves money. In all seriousness, doing your own maintenance and repairs will help your dollar go farther. That'll help your vehicle go farther. And in select occasion, you may slip and bust a knuckle, and that's gonna help your not so child-friendly vocabulary expand and go farther. Slip boot, son of a biscuit! In a world that'll encourage you, just go finance you a new one. I'm here to encourage you to fix what you got. With affordable tools and affordable prices, the good folks at O'Reilly Auto Parts will have you wrenching on your rig in no time. All right, next up, I'd like to work my way towards that bell housing, transmission, whatever you want to call it. Now our rears were rolling, so we don't want to jack that front up that has a locked up brake and then this thing start rolling. It's way too beautiful to launch off a trailer on accident. Welcome to P-Tang's Mobile Shop. We're taking this off the trailer and putting it on that lift would make 0 cents. Well, if we can't get her unstuck, we just gotta leave it on the trailer, strap it back down, take it to the crusher. Then what? What in tarnation? Damn, Buick was behind. Here's why I said they're behind. Look, they use that kind of little drag link arm type, like what's on the mini trucks. Let's put the big dogs underneath her. Put the big dogs underneath her. Woo, woo. Coming down. Woo. Little plop of the dropper. Got our weight on our stands. Our stands are wedged between the coil spring and the sway bar, so they can't go nowhere. Oh yeah, did I mention this thing lived in sand? Sand, be gone! Not to share too much information, but I showered last night after being in that sand all dang day, and I was pulling sand out of places it don't belong. I built sand castles where no sand castle should ever be built. I'm sorry, I'm ridiculous. All right, let's have a crawl under. As you can see, being in the junkyard, living in the sand, she's just plumb rusted out. Body mount's gone, floor brace is gone, ain't got a floor pin left. No cross members, ain't got nowhere to put her seat. Psych, she's solid. She even comes with a free bush. That's about the most rectangle pan I've ever seen. All right, there's our cover. See 2 bolts down here, and I'm suspecting 2 underneath. Woo, she was a leaker. Wonder if that's why she got parked. She was leaking more than she was keeping. I did not bring tools, but I got my kniffy. Let's see if we can find our other bolts here. Or what's left of them. Oh, dirt in the eye. I may have dirt in my right eye, but I just spotted that with my left eye. Just found our condensers for the distributor. Woo! Help, I can't see. This is not gonna go well, I can already tell. These should be the easy ones. We had a spin and then a brake. Either way, we'll take it. Except these two are now married for life because that ain't coming out there. Let's get the hammer. And we'll successfully round it. Yes! Success! I cannot thank you guys enough. I just really love my job. The fact I get to do this full time and just lay underneath this trailer with my dog laying next to me. I just cannot thank you guys enough for being here. It means the world to me and the Theo doggy. These ones that weren't facing down, once I get them dug out where I can get the socket on them, they're not fighting me too bad. I do not know how many's on this cover as a whole though. Dug out one more at the top. See all that crud? You can't even tell there's a bolt hid in there. I'm gonna start looking. There is. Oh boy. Yep. I mean, it's good we got that off there. Boy, what a funky looking setup this thing is. How packed are we right here? You'll see all that. I mean, it's sand, so it ain't gonna fight too bad. But who knows? Maybe there's a pebble, a simple pebble. Now I think it's the rust in the cylinder walls that's got us stuck. I don't know we'll be able to pry on this the easiest, but maybe. I have a little pry room now. Let me get that air. Let me make that mess. Here we go. Wow. Just a tiny amount. Now I don't think it's in park, so. Oh, is that a spin? Oh, that's a spin. That is a spin, and spinning is winning. Go, baby. Go, baby. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good deal. I knew she was stuck. I didn't think it was going to be plumb locked up. But you never know. Like I said, I think I said at the beginning, I was hoping just to see like a little surface rust in the cylinders. And maybe that's what hid us from not being able to do it by hand. And it's looking like that's probably what it was. Still small chance it was something underneath here. I mean, that sucker was packed plumb tight. Either way, nothing catastrophic. That's what we like to see, folks. That's what we like to see. I'll be honest, I can't see a damn thing. I still got sand in the crevices of my eyeballs. We spun her a little. I'm gonna spray even more in there, and now we'll work at getting that brake freed up on the front passenger side where she rolls easy, and then we may get her into the shop because that wind's picking up. I don't want that wind butchering our audio, do we, Theodore? Whoop! This was buried in sand up to here. I can't imagine why it's stuck. She's stuck because we drug her on the trailer back and forth with the winch and everything, and that tire catching good traction was never enough to pop the sucker loose. Obviously we've got this fin drum. I don't think we run up to the parts house and just pick up one of these, so we don't want to tear it up. It's a good sign as you hammer on that when all that dirt keeps falling out from behind it. step in the right direction, huh? Our plan of attack's gonna be to pull our spindle nut here. That's some good smelling stuff, buddy. Look how they used to bounce them suckers. Then what's tricky about these is if we start hammering on those, we'll break them quick. Now, sometimes you gotta crack an egg to make an omelet or something like that, they say. I doubt it's gonna have enough beanie weenies, but I've got my slide hammer, so I'm kind of hoping if we put it on there, we can just pull it straight out. Now that would be a grand idea if these were made for that, dummy. I knew that wasn't gonna work. Let's just see what happens if we try to pry. Well, she wants to pry a little bit. Damn sand. Wiggled her enough where we can get that and our bearing off there probably. Why are you still dropping sand? Arabian nights and Arabian days. We've got no such luck. The sand is stuck. We'll be prying for days. I'm gonna go ahead and empty this out. Then we'll check back in with y'all. Hey, looky there. Woo, she's definitely stuck towards the top. That was a good pop free. This is insane. Oh yeah, just got another big pop from this side, dropping all that there. Trying to go easy on her. Come on, baby. I need you to budge. I need you to work with me and budge. Come on. I said I need you to budge and change your name to Budge Lightyear. Come on. Pop off there, you heifer. Hey, progress. Progress. Shake your tail fins, girl. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Woohoo! Oh, heck yeah. I think we can still run them shoes. What do y'all think? Well, I don't know how salvageable she is, but we did it without breaking a single fin. That sand's a pain in the butt, but I will say it's pretty forgiving. That could have been a whole lot worse. The motor could have been a whole lot worse. And I haven't really researched parts for this thing yet because I didn't really know, well, we still don't really know what we actually have or don't have. So we don't want to get rid of any of this stuff because it might be unobtainium. I'm not too sure on these. There. Oh boy. Looks like Theo's been here putting his little rocks in there. We'll just slap this right back together. What's up there on the dash? To the right. Right? Down.
Oh. That was a little bit of key.
My booty's too dirty to get in the nice wagon. What a woman. Wagon out the way. I got a plan. Let me simply open my door. Bang! Window rolls down like she's new. Tow roller, activate! Hey, Puddin', how many times do you gotta get in and out of your car and turn that wheel? As many as it takes. We got her in here though. You want one of your kebabbies? That's what he said. Now that we got her spinning down there, we're gonna just try getting a battery in it, see if we can figure out how to jump her or start her. Wherever the starter is, I don't even know on this. Dang, she split right down the middle. And somehow, that's not even all rusted out. she's a gooder. All right, let's go down to our ground. I don't see a positive. I do see this. All right, we're missing a nut right there. And then we got a big lead coming off of here. And then it snakes down. And underneath there, it looks like. And the little wiring on this girl, she's a little chewed up. Rat's got her here or there. It does appear. Wire missing there. Dang, there ain't a tight condenser on this thing, is there? Well, there's one. That one's still. Anyhow, see what we got for a battery lead. Yeah, she's too long, but we'll use it. Yeah. Let's clean the ground up. She gonna need all the help she can get. Professional. So we can look at our starter wiring here. So we see that cable running down there. Then we got purple. I knew on our Chevrolets, that's our starter solenoid. So that should be it right there. Get our cheater switch. All right, let's see if she'll crank. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. We heard her ting, 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 kind of scared me. Just them belts I broke. Yeah, we better get these out of here before it really gets mangled into a mess, because it's trying right now. All right, let's crank her again. Sounds, I mean, tight, but good. Not the dunker, nothing like that. Just wah, 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 wah. Oh, we got her spinning. Oh, that is winning. Oh. All right. She's cranking. It sounds good. Good. Normally, at this point, I'd say we need to get some spark. The one thing this was really missing, that I recall, cap was pulled off. Looks like we still got what's left of some points in there, actually. Oh, but the isolator that even goes through down in our distributor is missing. Hey, did y'all just see that? I seen a spark. Do y'all know what that means? That means, one, our coil's got to be hot right now, which ain't a good thing because it ain't supposed to be, I don't think. Let's put this over here, and then I'm going to jump that wire again. Come on, baby, fire. Oh, she's sparking hot. Y'all see that spark going on down there? I just can't move it fast enough to pop us a actual spark out of the coil. Oh, I don't know if y'all seen it, but right on the other side of that, oh, she hopped a spark or two. Real weak. Let's see if we got a key on. I don't know if we've got a key on, but we've got a light on. Whoa. Dang! So this key's turned over right now. Guys, we got a dash light coming to life. How many miles is on this old girl? 19351. How many times did that roll over? Who knows? Holy cow. Theo, we got headlights, dude. That's insane. No blinkers. So I did our courtesy lights and that one just shut off. Now it ain't coming back on. Oh, she's flashing. Oh yeah, dirty contacts. You want the rear speaker on or no? Oh, ho, 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 ho. We got a rear electric window trying to go up and down. Look at the headlights, guys. Tail lights on that side. This side, probably just broke bulbs. That's what I'm betting. Or bad connections. All right, so, I mean, coil's firing, or trying to fire. Wiring is obviously good and has the coil hot. We just need to be able to get a distributor more complete because ours is just missing all the important stuff. Cap's nice and clean, no worries there. She's ready. Now, Mortsky told me he thought those distributors are the same as like the Chevrolets, and I did look up a rotor part number for one of those, and it did match up for like a late 70s C10, which means it should also match up with this unit right here. And my poor 283 just keeps getting picked over and picked over. We thank you for your sacrifice. Honestly, if they were the exact same, we may be money ahead to just swap them entirely. So is this little isolator piece actually part of the points? Oh yeah, she is. All right, yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Sometimes you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. Give that a little love tap, or we get that out of our way. Keep forgetting we're hot here. All right, points are out. Our spring on this one is broke. So as you can see, there's nothing to spring that back. Give that a finger job and clean it up real quick. And these little, I don't even know what you call them. I don't know the technical name. I just know ours is pretty locked up. Yeah. We're gonna looby dooby that down and then work her back and forth. Yeah. Work her back and forth. Make her want to live again. Well, I've worked this thing and sprayed it and worked it and sprayed it. As we go right there, that should, boop, pop back to place. And it don't. Ow. I just laid across here. Boom, busted my mouth right on that all thread. That felt good. Boy, if I was an inch away, I may have knocked a tooth out and finally got me another gold tooth like I've been wanting. You know, luckily there's plenty of cranking room because this ain't the easiest bolt. It's got some crud in it. Oh, I see a patent number. Maybe we can pull this one and we'll go compare our patent numbers. Can't believe how dirty this carburetor is. I'm feeling a lot better about this right now. So let's try to clean this up since we're here. Ow. Get us a rebuild in a can. Give her the Pot County rebuild. Slightly more respectable anyhow. She's out of the hole. And I think we did a good job of not dropping debris down in there. I cleaned the hole's a happy hole. She's pulled up out of there. Looks like she O-ring sealed. I don't have very good memory, but I don't remember the Chevrolets looking like this one. I think that's way too short and stubby and thick. So it shares same components up top. That don't mean it's the same. Got it. So when Buick and Chevrolet and just GM, they were like, you know what? We'll use like the same roof line. How's that sound? You know where the glass sweeps up there? We'll make that the same. And maybe we'll use a couple distributor parts. And they're like, hell yeah, sounds good. The rest, they're like, we'll make our own X-frame. We'll make sure it's got the big Chevy pattern instead of the small, because that makes sense. And what else can we do to make it more difficult? Heat it up, heat it up. Well, starting to move back some. Of course, those springs ain't got a ton of weight, but at least it's doing something now. You need to fix your distributor cooker in some 10W30. This spring is definitely stretched. There's a big old gap between the coils, where on these ones there's not. I think we're fighting a weak spring problem now, because before I was really having to shove that. Can y'all see how that one stretched and then that one kind of is down there? Now, I guarantee you that spring and how stiff it is and all that matters. Meaning these may not be the right ones. However, these ones don't look stretched. So let's try them. That's better. See that? And that's probably about as good as we're gonna get her. So I notice in here, this is supposed to be a gram that goes right there. That is broke. So we need to resolder that if we can. Luckily, someone just covered that in oil. The ground is also split, so we'll heat shrink it. We'll use the exhaust from a little soldering iron here because this is very delicate, precise work. It's practically like brain surgery. Pried that up. Let's give it some brain surgery. We'll see if we can get her to take some solder here. With it right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put our new used points in. Eyeballed our gap there. Ooh, she's a little too big. Close her up just a hair. I didn't notice it when we were over there, but the condenser was still in our one on the 283, so I stole it too. Starting to look like something now, aren't we? So we got a little distracted. Some folks have been asking where the Datsun and the Model A are. They're here. Most of you know I usually keep them in here. We're having Hot Rod's birthday party this weekend, and we're having it in there. Glow party, whatever that means. Either way, had to help them get that cleaned out where they can start decorating. No, yeah, I said I was gonna do a live on the second channel today. We've got plenty of time. Everything's fine. And I already seen the goofy firing order on the one valve cover. 12784563. Looks like the front left is number 1. And we're just gonna assume at times off of number 1. I can't even get a finger down in there to plug it. I can feel it move air a little bit, but that's about it. Hey, she's pretty top in there now. We just hope that's compression, right? Right. Rubbed on that dampener enough till I found us a mark. Trying to give this the wire brush, or maybe we can see what's what. Got her cleaned. That says 0512. I think. One bump. Oh, that was way too much. Dang it, dummy. I'll spin her around, get her on compression, and get her right there at 0. Right there, that's 0. Well, well, well. If it ain't old Kenny. We ain't seen Kenny in a while.
Look, this is a real expensive mirror.
Oh yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, you better get ready for that camera. You can be telling me stuff I need to know about it. That camera, it's expensive, but it's broke.
That's all right. We can put a replacement mirror in there.
Yeah, a cheaper one. Kenny's always chasing the old classics. Usually Chevy, but he likes the Buicks too.
Yeah, they're growing on me.
Oh yeah. He just got him a station wagon not too long ago. And some people ask who that 61 belongs to down there, the bubble top. That's Kenny. That's why I ain't ever done nothing with it, because it ain't mine.
You see the bumper steps?
Oh, I've seen the step. It used to have the little deflectors on there too, it looks like. These guys who like making money off cars, they know all the accessories, because that's the valuable stuff. Slapped a little bit of oil on her O-ring. I'm sure she'll seal just fine. Yeah, gotta look down in there. Try to see her shaft. I see it. Let's see if we can find the sweet spot here. Did she sit right down in? Like she wants to be home? Like she wants to run for me? Dang, first try. Oh, she wants to run. You ever got one of these running?
Man, that's
the 401s?
Never. But if this one wants to run, we're gonna make it run.
You always got the right answer, Kenny. Dang.
You trying to get it in the right?
No, she's there. I really did nail it. I thought I was just not seeing it. I thought it was too good to be true, but it's there.
Oh, good.
So our rotor's gonna have the square peg on one side, round on the other. It's gonna let us put that on there, only like that right there.
Yes, sir.
Which is gonna have it pointing over here to number 2, but we don't care. Pointing that away, as long as we make it number 1, that's all that matters. All right, we'll tighten this down, guys, and then we gotta get our clamp on there. I knew that was too good to be true. You look at that from a new angle, and that thing's crooked as hell. It ain't down in there. You didn't want to call me out in front of the camera, did you? You didn't want to make me feel bad in front of my friends. You had to seen that was crooked. You're thinking, hell, he's crazy. Yeah, that's crooked as all get out. Try again. Boy, what's kicking that funk? Oh, don't tell me. Oh, it does sit crooked. That's machined to sit like that. It don't sit straight up and down. That means I had it and just took it out for no reason other than I'm an idiot twice. Right back in. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, that thing wants to be in there.
Twice is a charm.
If we do it 3 times, we're just playing with it. So look at that. It goes down flat to the block to clamp it, but then it's broke right there to go up because it does sit in there crooked. All right, with our clamp back down, let's pull our coil wire up here to the freshly cleaned carburetor, I may add. Hey, I'm gonna hand that to you since I ain't got 3 hands. Unless you want to hold this coil wire, go ahead.
Ready?
Yep. Nothing. Do y'all think it would help if we hooked the wire back up that actually goes to the coil? Probably so. That's a good sign right there. I knew I was forgetting something. Go ahead. Oh yeah, she'll zap you. Up next, let's give this thing the makeover. We did have some parts come in. We got our new plug wires. As you can see, those ones don't have the fancy top hat boot cover thingy-mabobbers. This is really dirty in here. However, it's not overly corroded or anything. We can clean that up. She's actually in decent shape. She's patent pending, so she's probably better than any of the new stuff you could get anyhow. We're gonna give this the 2-brush special. First our metal one to clean up our little, whatever you call them things. Woo! And there actually was a little more corrosion than I thought. But with enough brushing, she's coming back. And then we got the toilet bowl brush on the impact. Yeah, can you see the dust coming out of there? Next, we're gonna give her a spray job with the Get Gone degreaser by the Sweet Patina. Yummy. Look at that, already turned her brown. Don't huff that stuff. Great for cleaning, not so great for breathing. This might get buck nasty. Mama didn't raise no punt. Yummy. If you want to choose some of this good Get Gone degreaser or any of his other good cleaning products, just be sure to use the old promo code on the screen. Psh, blow her off. Psh, Roger, Roger. Now inside this thing's brand new. Woo! She purty. Now she's just gonna sit down one way, right there. And we were kind of pointing over here. So let's turn her forward like that with our vacuum advance kind of tucked up. And that'll make that one right there number 1. Bloop. And bloop. We're locked on. My coil's hotter than a 2-pecker Tomcat, so we don't want to leave that battery on overnight. A minute ago, I drugged the old 61 Ford so Kenny can get her loaded. So I'm gonna go finish giving him a hand. And then I've got to get set up for that live we're doing on the 2nd channel. We're back. The live did go well. A lot of y'all were there on the 2nd channel for the live, so we appreciate all that support. And I'm just verifying we basically left off with getting spark. Looks like spark to me. So, onto the spark plugs we go. With all them gathered up, we're gonna give them the rebuild. Safety first. Rebuild kit right here. Shine her up. See them crusties? Crusties, be gone. She's practically brand new. That one's so crusty we're having kind of a hard time getting at. I got her. Just push a little harder. Next, we're gonna have to separate with ones that have washers and ones that don't. That one does not. It's kind of hard to see. That one does not. That one does. So I'm looking at that little line right there. Washer. We're hoping the rest of them does. That one definitely does. You can see it's actually popped loose. That one does. So we're got 2 without. I knew I had one right here. I did drop the spark plugs the other day. So it's either gonna be right in here, or one of them is still stuck to the block perhaps, which I'm sure we'll be able to see and identify real easy. None of these ones here. Hey-o, check this out. I was like, why don't we look down? Look on top of the frame rail right here. What's that? Cannot hide from me. Let's see what the internet says for spark plug gap. Yep, stock as recommended, generally speaking, 30 to 35, which is what we kind of suspected. So we'll go 32 thou. Let's see what these are at. Oh, she must have had an HEI in her, because she's at 46 and a half. So we'll close that up here and do a little re-gappage. She had the old Grand Canyon. 32. There's no way this thing had distributor problems. Guys, 46 and a half. I mean, right between the 46 and 47 again. Exact. So at least they're consistent so far. Kind of makes me wonder, we still ain't found anything. Hey, my running lights are on over there because I hooked the battery up. That's just so dang cool. That looks good with them lights on. I can't believe the connections in there are good enough to, anyhow. We haven't found anything that says this is why this thing was parked. Now, of course, we ain't got it to bust off yet. So we're definitely not at a point where we should be assuming anything, because you know what assuming does. But underneath the hood, parts were missing out of the distributor. That was rusted over. It's clear that's been open for a long, long time. Then you see stuff like these things, you know, being gapped out to 46 and a half on the dot, 3 in a row. Big old gap. That split we kind of found in that one wire, who knows? Maybe that was preventing something from sparking. I don't know. Just makes me curious if something with spark wasn't part of the issue. So-and-so was messing with it, got tired of messing with it, said, hell with it, send her to the scrapyard. 46 and a half. They don't miss. So this thing, they gapped them consistently. And apparently she burns consistently, because all these have wore consistently. 6 were at 46 and a half. I had one at 47 and a half. And the very last one here, she's the Grand Slam at a whopping 50 thou. So with all these lined out at 32, we are replacing the plug wires. These so far have been the worst shape or something to try to reuse. A couple of them, the crimps had slipped, blah, blah, blah. We've got some quality used parts in the distributor. Now we've got some not so quality used parts of spark plugs. And then we'll have some new parts as our plug wires. You know, a little hodgepodge. Up first, this one here should be our most difficult one. I still need about an inch longer finger. I'm gonna have to pick that up with my fingertips and just happen to give it the perfect spin and get it to bite. Or maybe if I shift this way, flip my hand. Now I've got the tip between my thumb tip and my index. Ooh, little sweet spot. A bit of a sweet spot here, perhaps. You gotta hold your thumb just right. Come on. Ow. Ow. Never got it. Hand cramp. What if we reduce it to 1/4 inch drive? Is that low profile enough to skinny past the generator and fit that without kicking her crooked? Something is trying to tighten up, but we gotta be careful because it could be crooked. That's what we don't want. She looked good. It didn't look crooked. That don't feel good. It did until it didn't. We got turn, and then she kind of snugged up. I don't want to be pushing my luck on this deal. Well, I don't know. Should put a little lube on the threads. That thing is just centered up in that hole about perfect. I think we got it. It's just that right there is what's making me nervous. But it seems to be going. Are you going or no? I pulled her back out to put a drop of oil on the threads. So the tighter that got, the more that extension was rubbing the generator. So we're just gonna short stroke her with the 3/8 ratchet, but I do believe it's going. And the wet threads definitely helped. If she wants wet threads, we'll give her wet threads. Spit on it. If she wants to use power tools, we'll use power tools. Crank on it. Easy does it here, folks. I'm just running her down to get all the threads in. We're not going to torque with this. Snug. Snug. Sounds like a slick fitties here. Snug. Howdy, partner. Snug. Snug. Snugger. A little extra for good luck here. So I'll make it snug-est. You need a hot rod engine? You need to pull a trailer house?
That's more like it.
Got gooseneck you need towed? You want to start a hot shop business?
Yeah.
Start running loads?
This'll do it.
She'll do it. She's just my old station wagon. Well, I guess we'll get crazy and replace the coil wire too. Why not? If we're gonna replace all of them. Ooh, plug wires. As you can see by the illustration, 1, you lay them in order. 2, you wiggle it left to right on a spark plug. 3, you put a spark plug next to the cap and both plug wire ends. And then 3B, you point them both at whichever plug you want to stick it to, or cap. Those are some good instructions. Makes sense to me. Back to pulling up our Buick nail head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're rotating clockwise. And then our firing order is 1, 2, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 3. Yeah! See what lengths we're working with here. 2 super longs, 2 pretty longs, 1 long dong, and then 1 short, shorter, and shortest. It'll work or it won't. Let's listen to this old girl crank since we got the plugs in it real quick. All right, just wanted to make sure I didn't hear no pff, 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 like the spark plug. I was more concerned about number 1. Make sure she was actually sealed up. Yep. Kind of hard to judge it. There we go. I felt her click that time. Working around that generator and AC compressor will never get old. Number 1. Real short thing. Up next, number 2. Clockwise, I said. Oh yeah, be sure to run that right over the top of your throttle. Definitely don't go underneath linkages or nothing, you know. Up next is number 7. That should be our shortest wire yet, so we'll use this old shorty. This one here to the right. Cheer. 1, 2, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? I tell you who I appreciate you guys. Actually, before I put these on, here I ran up to the post office to drop off merch orders, and I appreciate all that support from y'all. Helps make this dream of mine possible. Number 4, give me some more. She don't need no more. All these plug wires so far have plenty of length. What do you mean, badang? I don't know what badang means when a phone badangs. And last, but certainly not least, good old number 3. Unless you're Michael Jackson, then it's 3. For your coil, we've got options. What's the difference here? I mean, one's a 1/2 inch longer. I'm thinking they packed 2 on accident, but I could be wrong. All right. You know what time it is, don't you? Oh yeah, you guys know what time it is. Time to see if that old 401 wants to do the old jump and jive with me. Come on, girl, let's get down. All right, we're cranking. We've got spark. If we put some type of fuel source in there, she should come to life. Oh. Before we introduce new fuel, let's remove possibility of old fuel, which I know is like a 0.0249 chance, right? But just out of habit, if something maybe ain't been sitting for 50 plus years like this thing, it's always a good habit to disconnect the old fuel source, assuming it has bad gas, because you don't want them to be pumping that crap up, blah, blah, blah. I would be really, really amazed. One, if there's anything left in this tank, there's no chance. Two, if the fuel pump worked, also probably no chance. But better safe than sorry. Plus, when this newly rebuilt carburetor just starts to work absolutely perfect, we're gonna have to have a place to put a rubber hose anyways with our clicky-clack fuel pump, so might as well use that spot right there. First test, here we go. I'm gonna just give her a bump of the carbon choke cleaner and see if we get her to bust off at all. Safety glasses on, get her battery live, buttons hot. Oops, I may have forgot to suck the stuff out of there. A couple spiders, I see. She'll run off a spider. I don't think my can's spraying enough. Sounding a little crunchy. I think I heard her do one pop. Let's test for spark. Make sure we're getting it. Number 1's a pain, so number 3 will be just fine. Hard for y'all to see, but it did spark over here. Looked pretty good too. She is kind of cranking slow, having the plugs back in her. Oh, that ground's nice and warm. Let's throw a jump pack on her, see if that helps. Oh, that's lubey. That'll help loosen her up, I mean. Hey, at least we got backfire, that's something. But one backfire was it. I know we were on compression stroke. We're pointing right at it, or we were, ish, kinda. What am I missing here? Well, that ground is not happy. She's pretty warm. Little warmth here, but not as bad as this ground. The ground obviously is not keeping us from starting or blah, 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 but let's see if we can do a little cleanup on there where it helps us crank a little better. Come on. Yeah. I've got a clamp on version. As hot as that sucker was, I know she wasn't to the point of smoking, but I guarantee it'd be the first thing to start smoking. I got a new one, but she's a 38 incher. Snap. Ow. Snap. That's that good copper. It's a big old eyelet. That eyelet's really not that warm. A lot of it was down here. I think just that broke terminal is what was causing such a terrible connection. So let's just clamp us a new one on here, which this is just fine for this thing. We know we're sparking, so now I'm wondering, are we not cranking fast enough building compression? Or are the valves just as dirty as the pistons and those aren't allowing stuff to close and building compression? Or did I have my head up my hind end last week and somehow get the timing wrong and we're just totally out of time? I don't know yet. Reattach our ground in our jump pack. Not expecting a huge change here. Does sound a little better actually. That could just be from our battery resting up. One single backfire. One big old pff of a fart. Cranked her back quite a bit. Come on, old girl. Trying to take care of you here. Cranked a little easier there and sounded like she almost hit a little stride or stroke. And then nothing. Ground does feel a little better. I mean, she's still getting warm, but not as hot as what it was. So we definitely did good there. Clearly, not happy. I don't know what to do besides make sure I didn't mess up. And to do that, we're gonna pull number 1 off. And we'll just have to get this thing spinning again on a compression stroke and make sure we didn't, you know, get bass backwards or a $1.80 off or so. I was getting ready to finger plug that, and Ray, who I bought my 61 Chevy Wagon off, he come pulling up. Nice, clean little Nissan hard body, just rolled 120K. It's a 95 model. But he heard I had another wagon and he had to come check her out. And old Ray, he knows his car, so he's looking it over. Then he asked me, he goes, hey, did you look through this window yet over here and realize that's a 9-passenger? Because if you look down over here, you see right underneath there, kind of hard. Right there, that seat cushion. Obviously, we ain't dug through her yet and cleaned her out. But she's got the rear seat, which explains why the step's on the back. That's what he said, they'd do the step where you could just be able to step up in there. That makes sense. You could roll down the back glass and just step over, because those seats are going to face rear, not forward. So that's a pretty cool find. I can't wait to get that actually flipped open and see what kind of shape it's in, being protected in there. It would be cool just to see what the upholstery looked like. Oh, I got my middle finger on it. Good this time. Oh, that was compression. Yep. Sure enough, we stabbed that sucker in a $1.80 out, because look where we're pointing this go around. So we need to move these where the number 1's on this one right here behind that screw. Sorry guys, I ain't very good with my fingers. What I mean by that is, that first time I tried to do that, I couldn't figure out how to finger plug that thing. This time I figured out how to fold my hand into 3/4, put it down in there with my middle finger out, and I actually got it to where we could finger plug the hole and make sure we're on compression stroke. That's what it does. It goes boop. Try again, going live. Okay. Come on, baby. Go! Go! Oh, the rumble of the 401. That's blasting. Walnuts and acorns and rust and rat's nest out the exhaust. Oh my. She roars to life. Sorry, I just got a little excited there. What if we take a little more out? Come on, girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She wants to run. She's having fun. She wants to run. I'll be honest, I kind of expected some knock, 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 chatter, chatter, chatter. Let's see if we can't whip us up a bottle of this premix 50-to-1, 95 octane. A little bit of oil in there will help lubricate them, the upper side of things too. That ain't ran in a good minute. Oh yeah, give her the good old green stuff. See me use Get Her Done 91, you ever see me use Come Alive 95? Come on, baby. Oh yeah. Woo! I'm sorry guys, I'm excited. When I grabbed this thing in the salvage yard last week, I thought that motor was stuck. Now, she sounds like a top-fueled dragster. Pretty exciting moment. All right, next we want to get some real fuel to this thing. See if we can't get it to idle off this carburetor, or see if we're going to be tearing into this carburetor. If I was a betting man, we're going to be getting into a carburetor. Either way, luckily we can wiggle that fuel hose right onto there. That right there should do the job. Hopefully we won't be needing that anymore. All that matters is we get this hooked up. We can obviously wire very easy right here at the battery. And we need a fuel tank, which right here I have a very empty thing of coolant. Perfect. Oh yeah, she rates the car. She got that dang old custom fuel cell, baby. Put about a gallon of that fresh race fuel right there at the front. We'll go out there and make a quarter-second pass, run that about 672. This ain't bad for old station wagon. I guess for now we'll just go right here. Just put some pressure and see what happens. Well, apparently we have a no good fuel pump. Boy, I was just bragging on these old clicky clacks too. Fresh fuel pump around too. Oh, she's chugging. Don't sound like she's picked up any fuel yet. There we go. There we go. Now we want to watch. Oh, the accelerator pump's pumping on one side. Let's just see what happens. Oh, she's trying. So we're accelerator pumping out of this side, but I can see fuel flowing out of both as I'm revving it. See some sparks flying down in there from something. Of course, we don't know where our timing's at. Guaranteed we've got vacuum leaks all over, like that new one right there. But more than anything, that just moved and we ran out of fuel. So let's see what we can do with some constant fuel pressure. Based off that one right there, I'd say she's close to semi wanting to idle. I gave her a little more time in there. Of course, that may be what we're using to trick it, but big old vacuum leaks all over this thing is not gonna help nothing. I was wanting to check this one here, because this one has the potential to be a real big one. Boy, that thing goes all the way over to here, some big old reservoir. Holy cow. Little Pot County plug right there, baby. Yeah, I had to tape that up because I ain't got none that small. And this one, I'm assuming's for our distributor, or vacuum advance, I guess I should say. That's a piece I had already cut. Looks like she's just long enough to reach. Perfect. Now, usually, you don't beat on a carburetor unless the float's sticking or something, but I don't think our float seems to be working. That's just to help free up other stuff, you know? Magic. Take her idle up a hair. I said idle. Well, I told it to idle, but it didn't listen, did it? Dang it. Well, I don't know much about them carburetors. I see a little bit of fluid underneath here. Oh, well, that's just oil, it looks like, and I see an oil filter, and it's wet. So that don't scare us. I tell you what I'd like to do, though, before we pop this carburetor off here and try to get it running even more, because I can hear the motor, and the motor sounds pretty stinking respectable. We don't know what this got parked with, and I've had real bad luck lately with a bunch of shoved out freeze plugs. So let's fill this baby up with some water and see if it's leaking anywhere. Because if it's leak or something's bad like that, then we really don't need it running longer, do we? Theo Doggy says no, sir. Gonk, 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 gonk. Oh, she's gonna be thirsty. Oop, that did not take very long. Oh, she ain't got a drain in the radiator. Well, that sucks because we're losing all that. That's a good thing in the sense that hopefully that means she's not gonna have any other issues. bad thing because if I remember correctly, I'm out of 1/4-inch plugs. Dang it. All right, we can steal that petcock out of that radiator. So I got a pro tip for you. Stop and listen for a leak before you pour the whole gallon in next time. Locking plier. Just found in the toolbox in here. Oh, she had all the tape on her. They done taped that sucker up so much that wasn't even gonna drain. Now, if I'm lucky, it's gonna be nice and wet where I've got a good place to lay. Oh yeah, that looks refreshing on this hot winter day. Damn near 80 degrees in the shop today in the first week of February. Better watch out, that global warming will get you. And that's mainly caused by them guys who think they gotta drive like big V8 American powered cars, you know. Especially if they like old stuff where there's carburetors and they don't really burn the most efficient. Those guys, they just won't grow up, you know. They gotta always have something like that. All right, good thing I just pulled that out of there because that is some type of just port. There's not, I can't feel any type of like hex head. Oh, actually, yeah, I can. I reached up in there and it feels like the petcock's just open. I didn't realize that was part of the petcock. I see, says the blind man. This is gonna be so much fun. We're really looking forward to it. Yeah. The best part of this is to get y'all that shot where you can see what's happening and get a light where y'all can see, and to keep me out of the water. I can't see. I'm working blind here. Ooh, we're spinning now, aren't we? Whole thing? Oh yeah. Feel for the hole, there it is. Oh, she'll start. Please start. You're gonna start. On your mark. It's time to start. Don't feel like it wants to start. Is it started? It's staying up there. These are a pain because that gets right in the way. But I think we got her whooped now. I think we got her whooped now, folks. That closed up. Try again. Better so far. Uh-oh. Put another gallon in her. Now she's dripping from somewhere else and not looking promising. I know you're thinking water pump, so we'll see. But it looks like it's actually hitting the back of that cross member and rolling off of there. Kind of got me wondering if it ain't a plug. I'll be honest, I can't see where it's coming from. Yeah! No, not the gas tank. Oh, she's a roller, huh? Can her plumb roll away? Good thing is one fluid wasn't enough, so we upped it to 2. I wasn't feeling that was, you know, quite where I wanted it, so we've gone up to 3. Now I'm feeling satisfied. Let's see if I found the sweet spot. X-frames are always a challenge. Seems good so far. Main concern is this one. Oh, should be good. Well, shoot, let's see if we can't figure out what's leaking, and then we'll really see what kind of condition underneath here is looking like. All right, check placement. I think we're good. Water pump's there. Like it's coming off the side. Freeze plug. Oh yeah, I can see her. I'm guessing that freeze plug right up there. Can y'all see it? Probably better than me. Thing is, I can't see where the water's just plumb running out of. Just kind of looks wet around that. But water's running. I can see it steady dripping. Huh. Maybe there's one on the front and it's just running down that oil pan somehow. Oh, okay. Hard for y'all to see, but I'm seeing a stream of water. I guess not a stream, but the side of that pan right there is glazed over, and I see it. Very hard for y'all to see through here. But yeah. So basically behind this motor mount, perfect, and behind that exhaust, even better, there's a freeze plug that's rusted out, something, and it's just running backwards. Not what we were hoping to see. However, I did tell y'all, we've been having terrible luck with that. It's great. We'll just snatch this motor up out of here real quick and put a new one in. Psych. I don't know what we're gonna do at this point. However, let's look her over real quick. I done showed y'all, but I really ain't been able to get out here in the middle. Not really suspecting any surprises. Man, she's good. It's really unfortunate. There's that rust I was telling you I was seeing out there, a little bit right there. So maybe one of those things where you just, that pan area. Same right here, a little bit in that. So this rear pan, all the structure's good. Back in here, all that's nice and solid. Oh, got some baling wire where I used to hold on the exhaust. That ain't there no more. Overall, this all looks really good. Whoa, back here's different. One, they use one heck of a panhard bar setup compared to the Chevrolets. Two, this thing is an absolute monster as well compared to the Chevrolets. Three, the brackets on here are absolute monsters. The arms look pretty well same, but these brackets are different. How the shocks goes different. That thing is just beefy. And then for the upper link on the Chevrolets, they got a curved one called the banana bar. And look, that one is adjustable. So he's got 3 bolts, probably supposed to have 4 if I was a betting man. And that would allow you to adjust your pinion angle in and out. Each time you move that in or out, it would roll this back or forth. Oh, she was built big back here. One beefy rig. Okay, gas tank is hid up underneath here. I'm sure you can find them all over. Probably pretty readily available. What's left of our exhaust picks up right there. That's the rubbing we've been hearing. We could cut and get that out of there. Spare tire holder seemed to fare well. Mine was rusted out down into all this. All that's good. But the rear pan where the seat tucks into, and then I guess your floor would tuck into, she managed to rust through as well. Now, all that being said, still way less rust in this thing than what was in our wagon when we started. Now, our wagon, you can get floor pans for. For these, I don't know if you can or not, but no more than needs replaced up here. You can make that out of a flat piece and just bead roll it, or probably even get floor pans for like one of the 61 Chevys and make them work. And then back in this area, I'm gonna have to research, because I don't know if the rear seats in these are the same as the rear seats in those, because if they are, then maybe the floor back here is the same. That's all stuff I'm not sure, but maybe someone knows and will put in the comments below. I'm not gonna lie though, that right there is kind of the drip of doom, because where it's at, we can't fix in an easy way at all. Man. So we can try to get it, we can try to freshen up the carb, get it running longer, just where we can slightly test the transmission. Guess I've got to weigh my options, guys. Because even if we get it running longer, just enough to test the transmission, it really ain't gonna let us know. We're not gonna be able to get it up into shifting and blah, blah, blah. The fluid in the transmission looks really nice. Oil looks really nice. I'm betting that side of stuff's actually pretty stinking happy. But that stinking freeze plug, which I suspected, because it's just been my luck here lately. Who knows? Maybe that's why it was parked. Because usually if a pet cocks out of it and it come from a salvage yard like that one did, that means whenever they got it in, they drain that knowing that, you know, as freezes come, it could cause issues. So that's why they'll drain them as they get to the salvage. Maybe that started leaking and they're like, shoot, we're taking it to the salvage. Who knows? I kind of want to clean it out and see what's inside of it and like blast that out and check out that rear seat. I almost want to do that more than rebuild a carburetor, just so we can run something for 30 seconds and slightly test the transmission. I'm trying to figure out what we're doing, meaning moving forward, even like long term. Not right now, but long term. We wanted to see if it would run, to see what kind of condition the motor's in. Well, based off what I hear, I think we've got a decent motor. It's one of those things when you start pulling it to do freeze plugs, what else you gonna do when it's out? If she ran and was happy and we rebuilt the carb and it just run, then we wouldn't even entertain doing none of that, right? No, we would just entertain getting it running and driving as is. But now I've got to factor the idea of pulling that drivetrain just to be able to do a freeze plug if we even want to take this far. Or do we go, hey, we've got it up out of there and then use it for trading material for something else since we've already got a wagon? That was originally my idea, if I'm being honest with y'all, because I was thinking, unfortunately, YouTube likes to see fresh vehicles all the time. So I know everyone wants me to keep everything I ever find, but I've got so many sitting around that at some point we got to start a pattern of getting some coming and some going. What I was really hoping was going to happen was we were going to get it running today. There wasn't going to be something leaking. So we would then rebuild the carburetor, which I was fairly certain I was going to have to do anyways. We were going to test the transmission, it was going to work, and I was going to be like, man, that's a really good car. Next, we need to clean it up. And then after that, my plan was going to be to start looking into brake parts and stuff like that to see what we'd then have to do to get it actually driving and on the road. Of course, them wheels and tires need to go back to the S10, so we'd have to get some wheels for this of some sort. So let me think on it, guys. My brain ain't braining. The thinkering ain't thinkering in. Coming down. So if you're curious where that freeze plug was, it's just, you know, right underneath that exhaust manifold generator. Yeah. Worst one, absolute worst one. I'm fairly certain to get to that, it's gonna involve disconnecting a lot of the motor and then picking the motor up, like undoing motor mounts. And we may not have to entirely pull it, but yeah, you start picking up on this with all these old hoses and stuff's gonna get crunchy real quick. So for now, I think I've made up my mind. We're gonna pull the tools off this thing, and I actually been wanting to clean it out, get in there with a mask and gloves. See if we find anything good in there. Who knows? Never know what you find in these old rigs. But now I really want to see that back seat as well. Ooh. Yeah. Woo. Roll, big mama, roll. Yeah. I don't know if the transmission works, but she's got reverse. Whew. Oh, this thing with fresh shocks would ride so good. Start cleaning this baby out. See what we can't find. And then see if we can't get eyeballs on that rear seat. That's our mission, soldier. Yeah! We might even do her with a face mask on. Look at the dust trail we blew. Or rust trail, not dust trail. Just back her up right to here where I can throw trash in it easy. Her and Theo were headed in. I told her she could park it with me. Let's go ahead and lube up this back glass. That's good. I don't know if you can trust someone who drives in those. Them your driving shoes or what? Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, it's electric. It's also gonna be her downfall too though. Right down here I'd found this. Found the Theo doggy. Laying back there. I don't know if this goes to this or not. We are missing some trim rings off the front. Oh yeah, that's got the same angle. Hole at the bottom, one top right. Boom, hole at the bottom, one top right. That's a good find. Oh boy, the crusty potato sacks are not good finds. Ooh, that may be for ours too. Nope, we've got one that don't look like, oh, this is that courtesy light. This would go right there probably. Nailed it. Yeah, man. Oh, we got a couple books here. Farm file. Over there. Oh, found us a donkey or a deer. Old clothes hanger. Yuck. Old shaver. Razor, I mean. Well, you just never know what you'll find. You ain't got no change in her. A lot of rusty metal on this floor. But riddle me this. This thing was sealed up. So how did something sneak into this wagon that was big enough to throw down some turds that big? Did find a saw underneath the seat as well. Look at all the roofing nails over here. Terrible. A few of our goodies found on this side. Can opener, old plug. Picture of a doggy. Earl Billings in Jet, Oklahoma. That's who used to have this rig apparently. And I'm saving all the metal I can for our scrap barrel over there. Not sure if this knob goes to something, so we'll keep it. We could have started with that, fill it up with metal. It's all right. We can fill it up with a 6-pack. Brewed with pure Rocky Mountain spring water. Some type of retention ring for a headlight. Woo! We'll do these very carefully, one at a time, to reduce the mess. Luckily, old cardboard and plastic, just everything that could break down and make it an absolute nightmare. And plenty more burlap potato sacks. If I was to build the wagon and keep it, we would call it potato sack. Oh my gosh, the amount of dirt. Purina something. Purina chows. Really just a lot of trash in there. On it up there and there. I'm telling you, it'd be a great time to be able to just roll down that back window, get that back door open, and then like just be able to blow that stuff out with the leaf blower. The problem is with how these are built, like my wagon, you gotta roll the back window down before you can open it. And the electric window really complicates that. Woo, look at that sweet mama. What do we got in there? Got some flour. Boy, they done packed her with the trash before they parked it, didn't they? I seen this and I thought it was a bag of flour. Then I moved another bag. That's a much bigger bag that's drywall mud compound mix, I guess. That's what the one bag said. Luckily she was pretty full, so that's good. I was hoping to have to clean. Oh yeah, you see them old shutters or whatever you call them, blinds? Then you see that paneling? Someone was remodeling their damn trailer house, I promise you. Oh yeah, a little plumbing. I know a vintage trailer house single wide remodel when I see it, I promise. Grew up in them. Done filled up the tote once, including the back of the golf cart. That tells you how much crap we're getting out of this thing. Something else that may have been wrong with her. Looks like she had a recent fuel pump job before she went to the salvage. Someone had got a mirror for her, different than ours. That looks like it's probably from a later model. I keep finding us a couple horseshoes in this thing. That being said, I'm not convinced they're lucky. Diamond hot forged. More scrap metal if you ask me. And a little bitty gas tank here. That thing's pretty cool. I was wanting to push this thing outside, but boy, that wind's just got where it's whipping. This would be a real mess. And with that mix in there, unless we can get it all vacuumed out, I don't think we need a wash in here like I was kind of thinking. Because who knows what'll happen to that stuff. If anything, it'll help it get down to the floor, and I don't know if that stuff is good for metal or not. Some different things will speed up corrosion, you know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? When there was a rat in here, here's where it was definitely living at, over on this side. And this was underneath a hubcap that was over here. Yeah. Hey, she's rolling good. I had to work it with the block so she didn't get away from me. Can turn the camera, you know. I was pushing it in, hoping we'd drive it out, and not all of them just work like that. Especially when you buy something that's been in the junkyard since the 70s and you really ain't know what you got. We may not get the washer off like we wanted. I'm gonna roll up my window from driving this last weekend and hauling stuff. But with the old shop shut and that shut, let's open up these doors and blow her out. Oh. Let the mess begin. Can you see still? crazy. I know I'm crazy. So I got the smoke machine feature. Run, Theo, run! The amount of dirt, debris, and drywall mud coming out of here is insane. Just clean that out with the F5, the old Oklahoma tornado trick. Just make sure you're standing on the correct side. The wind right now is blowing from the south to the north. So standing on this side as it kicks up, it's naturally drafting out of the car that way. I'm gonna let that dust settle down in there, and then with most of that blown out of the way anyhow, maybe we can crawl in there and see if there's a way we can flip that up from the inside and or just see what we have access to on the back side of this door. I do keep hitting her with the looby dooby, just hoping we're gonna get to some of the mechanisms and stuff down in there. Do you see that little gappage right there? I've got it some. Just working the switch back and forth. It'd be helpful if I had someone here to pry on that as I work this. I can see it doing just the slightest wiggle up and down. Try a little experimente here. Try and get the dirt and debris off of that, where we can tape this to our switch, shove it over, and then tape that there. Uh-oh. Oh, there she goes again. I've been working that back and forth, and then I can come back here, shove it down a little bit, but I think we happen to make it right to about the limit. The handle's opening or lifting, so it don't feel like it's actually locked, so that's good. Yeah, it's kind of what I was worried about. I don't know if we blew a fuse or what, but it ain't doing anything anymore. It started moving almost by itself up and down an inch, so I thought if we kept getting past these dry felts and then lubing them up the way I was, I really thought we were going to get it going. I should have showed how well it was moving, but at least she's a little cleaner back in here. Now this had like some vinyl mat glued down, but I'd ripped it out as we cleaned. Kinda like that headliner. She's missing the spare cover in here. That's more of that rubber mat. What were we hauling bricks for, huh? So that, can flip that away. And then that apparently flips this way. Oh, baby. Man, this thing would have been so cool to see. I got back here a battery charger, another rat's nest, found another one of our hubcaps, perhaps a, ooh, I know what that is. That's a money bag. We're rich, y'all, we're rich. Well, that really is a money bag. First State Bank, Jet, Oklahoma. Found a few other things that have said Jet, Oklahoma. And there's some paperwork. I don't see no money. Boy, that would have been wild, wouldn't it? Looks like there's a, what's left of a Buick owner's manual or something. I just seen on this paper somewhere it said Buick Invicta Electra 225. Aye, she's been whammied, but I think we just found our last headlight trim ring. It's no longer a circle. Battery charger. Oh yeah, she's an oldie. We're gonna go horseback riding, boys. And now we know why that area rusted out, because rats were in there peeing. There's a switch up there for the rear speaker. There it is. So I'd like to do some online research. I'm curious if these seats swap over into mine, or if they're different or not. And I'm hoping I can figure that out online, not by having to mess with it in here or take it out of here and try it over there. And I don't know how much of the floor and stuff is different. I can tell you some things are different, pretty sure. So it may not work. So I'm pretty sure on a 61 to 64 Chevy, if you find one of them, you can interswap them. And that's why I was kind of curious if it interchanges or if it was its own deal. If it interchanges with the Chevrolet, those things bring good money themselves if you can ever find one. Not that I'm worried about making money off of it, but it's just cool to finally find one. Out of all my searching, I ain't come across one yet. I bet ours is just specific to Buick, because why would it not be? Well, since we got the doors plumb open and the looby-dooby flowing, spray all your hinges down, guys. My Chevy wagon over there started off life with a bunch of doors that were stuck and everything else, and that's all I did. You work them and they'll come back to life. Just put a little bit of looby-dooby on that booty. Well, at this point, there it is, guys. We've got some thinking to do, clearly, on what we do moving forward with this, and it's not a high priority because obviously we've got many other large projects going on, and I've got the idea for some smaller ones also that are lurking around. That's a good way of saying it. However, at the end of the day, did we save this from the salvage yard? Oh yeah. Was she an absolute grand slam? I would say no. But was it just like a strikeout or even a first base hit? No, we did better than that. May not have been a grand slam or an absolute home run, but we did good by getting that up out of there. I believe our motor to be healthy, just a little bit. I've ran it. I know that ain't a lot, but if something was a huge problem, it would have presented itself, kind of like that freeze plug did. And I know that's a huge problem to, you know, for us moving forward, but really it's not that huge. If we decide, hey, we want to fix that, we're going to pluck her up out of there and pop some new freeze plugs in it, probably all the way around. If we decide that's what's going to happen. So we did pretty good. Did we know we were going to get something rust free when we plucked it up out of the junkyard? Nope. Is it pretty rust free? For the most part. Minimal work to repair the floors and a little bit of body here or there on a lower fender. Can't beat that. Did we know we were getting a 9-passenger? No, I had no clue. In fact, I looked back there and seen it was laid down, and I seen that cover missing, and I thought I didn't even see. I was sure it was not a 9-passenger, or I was pretty sure. And even when Ray asked me earlier, he's like, is it a 9-passenger? I was like, no, I seen in the crack over here, and I didn't see nothing down in there. And he goes, well, I see something over here. So that's a nice surprise. That thing is so cool. It's so cool to look at that. So guys, I'm not sure how we're going to be moving forward with this. If we fix what's there, or if we don't, you know, maybe some of that will have to do with how the videos perform. I mean, the wagon rescue video is about to release in my real life, like real time for me right now, in about 15 minutes. It's 5:45 right now. So I don't even know how that video is performing at this point. Maybe we'll see how it performs, how this one performs. Maybe I want to see the Oldsmobile get running. Maybe we do a wheel it run on that. I really don't know. We'll see how some of this stuff does, and we'll just kind of have to go from there. If I was to want to do anything with this, what I think would be cool would be, obviously we need some wheels and tires for it. I actually don't mind how these look on here. We'd go a little bit smaller in the back and maybe a hair bigger in the front. They do make lowering coils for these. They're pretty expensive because these are oddball, like $800 for 4 coils. So we could cut some coils perhaps, lower it down. They don't need absolutely slammed, but you could go a couple inches lower. I think it'd look good. I think it'd really be cool to get the nail head going. I haven't seen a lot of good stuff about those transmissions, so if you know much about them, drop them below. Drop a comment below. I think it'd be cool to go to a 3-speed or even an overdrive, and then just really get this thing going, fresh brakes on it. But like I said, I guess maybe this evening, if I get some free time, I got to work on some stuff for myself and for O'Reilly's. If I can get some free time, maybe I'll try to hop online and look up brake parts and just see availability on stuff. I think with that engine, we go with a carburetor overhaul and fresh freeze plugs in it. And if we're at that point of having it pulled out, we'd probably do like water pump and stuff like that. Obviously a fresh oil change, finish giving it a tune up, pop in some new plugs and stuff. Engine sounds healthy enough to me that I say we run the sucker. I'm not scared of it. Trans fluid was clean enough looking that I'm saying there's a chance we run it and have luck. So I'm always curious for some input, what you guys think. But much other than that, guys, the rest of this week, I got to crank out a second channel video, and then I'm going to get us another 3 days in on this. I found an HVAC unit I think we're going to be able to make work, and I want to get some more progress on this so she don't become our permanent shelf in here. We're at puddins.fab.shop if you want some of that good quality merchandise. Got new designs that are in the works. I've asked for final tweaks and changes today, so hopefully they're good to go after that. So be looking forward to them. Other than that, we've had some hoodies and stuff on there. Puddins Fab Shop on Facebook and Instagram and the Patreon. And much other than that, guys, I'm going to get in and clean up. I will see y'all in the next one. Let's move that tire popper right there. And do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. I'll see y'all in the next one. Excuse me, Chris, I didn't mean to turn that on the burp. Hot Rod's got Theo loaded, driving them around. She gone.